Let me get you first this reaction. Are you concerned about the White House contacts with, in particular, the FBI and the chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee, since your committee has already announced it's investigating all of these allegations of Russian interference in the election? Do you think that contact was inappropriate?
Well, Chuck, let's step back. Russia is not our friend. Vladimir Putin is KGB, always has been. The Senate Intelligence Committee, for as long as I've been on it, has been examining Russia's attempts to undermine faith in our electoral process and undermine our interest around the world. We have said that we're going to undertake in a bipartisan fashion an inquiry into everything that Russia tried to do in our election process last year. If that leads to potential contacts between Trump associates and the Russian government, then we'll explore those as well. One of the last things I did the week before last, before I left for home from Washington, D.C., was have an hours-long hearing on these very matters. So I'm confident that we're going to proceed in a manner that goes wherever the facts take us. But what you're talking about is what Reince Priebus just said on your show last week. This is not something that the White House has tried to conceal, and if anything...
Well, it doesn't matter whether it's concealed. Is it appropriate, though?
So, Chuck, let's take that CNN article on face value. I'm not going to confirm or deny, obviously, anything in these stories because these leaks of classified information could do real harm to our national security, but just take it at face value. So it says that the FBI went to President Trump and Reince Priebus and said that reports of contacts between Trump associates last year and Russian intelligence officials were grossly overstated. Isn't it reasonable for the chief of staff to then say to the FBI director, well, are you going to say anything to correct the record on this, since everyone is running around Washington making these allegations? I think that's a perfectly reasonable response. Now, the FBI and other intelligence agencies have reasons that they don't go out and call balls and strikes on news stories because we don't want to let our adversaries know what we do know or what we don't know or how we know it. But again, if you just take everything in that story in face value, I don't think there's that much alarming in it.